park. That's a white-collar worker right there. He just got off an engineering shift at...
The leadoff man show is brought to you by the Slatkoski Sausage Company. Dame Slatkoski Kielbasa.
As Jim smoothed out with a quick commercial for Slatkowski's. Also on color here, we have Big Bob Radzwicki and Tim Draz. They'll be saying some interesting bits of softball information as the game goes along here. We're on reserve power here with the generator today. We don't know how long that'll last. We hope we get all 7 innings to you on cable here. And umping, this game will be lefty Balon at 330 pounds. He'll be umping the plate. Umping the bases will be Bobby Blackwell coming in at about 270.
Where's he at?
So,
Bobby Blackwell.
We're focusing in on Bobby Blackwell. You notice the white ump is sticking with the white team here, and Bobby's talking to his buddies over there, the Ghostbusters. So here we have another shot of fan paying $20 to get in on the third base box side. He's taking some slow drags at a cigarette there. Let's get a shot of Dan Sabito. Second pitcher on the Aces. Nikolikovich, our stopper, and our main starter's not here today. He's working a late night shift at Sawyer Business College in Maryville, Indiana. But I'm sure his thoughts right now are on the Aces. A couple other starters are in here. Dan Micah, the power hitting third baseman, will not be playing today. He's here, but he will not. He'll be sidelined with a broken thumb. He'll have to split on for at least 4 weeks. Nick Manatis, your play-by-play man, is taking the day off from right field. His cousin, Mike the Hose Muda, will be filling in right today. Another potential starter's not here, Sean Grogan, who would be probably playing second base. He is not here. He's working at Burgers. Jim Zala, the veteran of 15 years in the league, will be playing second today. The third base coach Tyrone Bigpen is coming out into the coaching box right now. He's been with the Ghostbusters for 8 years right now. He's never played a game. First pitch is number 1. Johnny Ray Williams. Johnny takes a strike. Counts 1-1 right now.
Mr. Drapak is very aggressive.
Oh, Bill Drapak behind the plate here, getting a very rare starting appearance today. Count goes to 2-1 here. There's one. He reaches to right. The first ball's hit to Mike the Hose Muda on right field and put 2 hands on it and easy fly ball. That's an F9. Yes, that's 1 out. Number 2, Billy Ray Bob is coming in.
We're being brought to you by Maduras Fashion Center. Maduras Fashion Center. We may have burned down, but we're still open in our new location at 4948 Bering Avenue, East Chicago, Indiana. Why not stop in and get the latest in those great fashions there? Like Bill Drapak. I've seen the great ties he buys there.
All right, 1-1 count on Billy Ray Bob, the number 2 hitter wearing number 2. He's tries to go up the middle. Easy one-hopper to Stan Sabito to flip to Kevin Klosek for the out. Score that one 1-3 if you're keeping score at home. The Aces have 2 outs. Number 19 stepping into the box. Sugar Ray Robinson. He takes the first pitch outside for a ball. Bill goes and retrieves the ball of the screen. Stan a little wild with that one. Sugar Ray swings at the first one, hits a shot down the third base line. It's a clean base hit.
That's a single if you're keeping score.
Yes, that's a single if you're keeping score at home, says color analyst Tim Draz. Number 9, the doctor is stepping in. He's the cleanup hitter. He's got good power to all fields. He's waged many a war with the Aces out here in East Chicago. First pitch is a ball. The doctor swinging. He hits a shot and a massive grunt, but it's caught by the right center fielder, Greg Salvatore, on a sprawling diving catch out there. That's a line to L10 if you're keeping score. That's the right position here, Mr. Droz. So, at the end of top half of the first, no runs for the Ghostbusters on one hit and one batter left.
Station identification, this is the Sevilla Broadcasting Company in cooperation with the Gary Recreational Department. Mayor Richard Gordon Hatcher. We're being brought to you by Chuck's Soul Food Diner, 2220 5th Avenue, Gary, Indiana, for the greatest in soul food.
Mike, let's get a shot of number 55 going to the bench, using the Worth Tennessee Thumper and loaded bat, coming in at 34 ounces.
And look at the coach at third base.
Coach in third base for the Aces today will be Marty Kazmierski. He's a catcher on the Aces roster. He sees action rather sparingly, but when he's in there, he can rip. And at first base is the big power-hitting third baseman for the Aces, who's, like we said before, is sidelined with a broken thumb, Dan Moose Micah, being rather jovial on the first base side with Bobby Blackwell, the ump.
We got the 300-pound club in the
Yeah, catching for the Ghostbusters is a rather hefty young fellow, coming in at 310. Charlie. We can't say the last name, it's sort of racial, and not Joe. Leading off for the Aces is the customary and usual leadoff man, Rich Sabilo. He hits a shot back up to the pitcher. He bobbles it. Rich is not hustling, but he's still gunned at first. If he might have run the whole way there, he might have beaten that out, but I don't think Rich was really putting out for the first few feet because he thought it was an easy out. And the smell of grass is rather evident here at Riley Park, as I smell a few hooters being smoked somewhere around me.
Where do you think that?
Lou with a good shot up the middle, takes a bad hop on the second baseman, and we'll have to give him a hit with that. It took a hop on the second baseman, but it was rather hard hit.
Hit him in the face, Nick.
In fact, Bob Redzwicki, the spotter, says it hit him in the face. That's maybe why he's wearing a helmet.
That's what you call pain, Mr. Adams.
And number 3 hitter for the Aces, Joe Rachel.
What a fine man.
Joe strokes one up the box, a one-hopper. Looks like a double play ball, and it is. And Joe comes hobbling into first base. He hustled it out, but there's nothing much you could do when you hit an easy one-hopper to the pitcher.
Whenever the Ghostbusters travel, they travel on the airline that will get them there quickest and get them there safest. They travel Air Gary, the only airline serving you daily out of Gary Airport, going to those great cities like Detroit, Brooklyn, South Africa,
And Newark, New Jersey.
and Tremont, New Jersey. We're also being brought to you by this inning is being brought to you by Mama Drapak's Restaurant and Lounge. Tell them Lump Lump sent you and ask for the famed Lump Lump Burger.
Here we go.
You've eaten there, haven't you?
Oh, I've eaten there plenty of times, and let me tell you, the service is always very, very good there.
Bill spilled a
Very quick.
on me last night.
But the number 5 hitter here for the Ghostbusters, batting in the top of the second, no score.
What's that secret weapon you got on first base over there?
That's Kevin Klosek playing first for the first time in quite a while.
That's what I figured there. But,
Got to get him some action for state tournament.
oh, can he handle it?
Sure. You've seen the stretch right there.
Yeah,
he can handle it, no problem.
All right. 6-3 if you're keeping score.
Yeah, that was 6-3. Okay, that was a ground ball to Rich Sabito, who fielded it deep in the hole. The base runner was not running the first, and it turned into a very easy play. Another shot of Superfan here for the Aces. That's Tyrone Thigpen's brother. Samuel Thigpen. He's checking things out.
Nick just can't be disappointed at the old ballpark, you know.
You sure can. Counts 1-1 here. Stan throws one rather flat. The man should have teed off on that one. They called it a ball.
Oh, Stan.
2-1. Little.
Stan's a little angry.
Oh, he walks the man.
Oh.
And here he is, the catcher, coming in at 310.
Big Bobby Baumwell.
Big Bobby Baumwell. His name's changed twice in this game. He's using his alias when he comes up to bat. He takes the first pitch of ball. Stan's having a little trouble finding the range right now. It's a little short. It's on top.
Big Bobby Bobwell batted 17 in the Michigan City League.
There's a home run fence there, Jim.
And they had about a 30-foot high home run fence over there at the state pen, so.
Right now, Stan's having trouble. It runs a count to 3-1 here on the left-handed. Looks like a power, Bobby Baumwell. Looks like a power hitting catcher, and he hits a gapper to right center. Has trouble fielding it. Gets it in quickly. Good play. Thrown behind the runner by Greg Salvatore. Pulled in his man to second base.
You know,
we have runners on first and second, 1 out.
You know, when I used to cover the softball leagues at the state pen in Michigan City, Big Bobby Baumwell, he was always a crowd pleaser. Of course, they did have a captured audience.
And number 14 coming in with some tight softball fans.
I like those.
Jerome Tight.
Hey, he looks marvelous.
Here's a shot of the box. Looks like a double play ball. Yeah. Score that one 1-6-3. Keeping score at home. And the Aces are out of a potentially damaging inning.
Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Richie Dowski Park. If you want to see some great harnessed or any kind of horse racing and lose a lot of money on a horse and help feed them, why not stop in at Uzdowski's Race Park on 148th Street in East Chicago, Indiana. Also Tobacco Farm. Richie Uzdowski, he'll set you up right with a good pony.
Keep that in mind at home, Richie Uzdowski Racetrack. Driving by is Chris Klosek, brother of the left-handed hitting first baseman Kevin Klosek. He's double parked right now, which is customary in East Chicago, checking out the action.
Hey, you want to go give me the wide-angle lens? Look what's up at the plate. All these people up there. I'm going to need it.
Oh, my. Kevin, the lightest of the
So,
three.
leading off the bottom of the second, no score. Kevin Klosek, he takes the first pitch. It's a ball deep.
Right now, every step at home plate's being measured by the Geological Survey.
I think it's over 100,000 pounds there.
Kevin takes the next pitch, a ball, 2-0.
Put those three in a car, they'd never make it through a weight scale on the highway.
For the third pitch is a strike, 2-1. Both teams feeling each other out right now, if you excuse the expression. No one.
You know that one dude tight. He's really feeling it.
Third baseman giving Kevin a lot of left field line here.
Sox helmet.
Kevin hits a shot up the box, base hit.
Who can get a shot of that second
Makes the turn at first, and he holds there.
P-Man's looking as agile as ever.
P-Man looked like he had an inclination to take two if the left center fielder had bobbled that one.
Well, he didn't eat enough Whoppers today at lunch.
How many did he have, Jim? Only 4?
I thought it was 3. But, you know, that fourth one would have pushed him up there.
Number 5 hitter for the Aces here is Jim Zala. Jim got the key hit at the state qualifying tournament in Lemon Lake to beat the Ghostbusters and knock them out of the tournament and send the Aces to Bloomington, Indiana for the state finals.
Where they're going to party.
Where we will not confirm that statement made by Jim Zmuda. Zala hits a shot down the line. They're playing him on the line, but it's out of play. Hits the tree and bounces to the street. They have Jim Zala pretty well played here. They know he's an opposite field hitting hitter, They're playing right on the line for him in right field and giving him a little respect in right center. He does possess a little power, even at his age. And he hits a shot up the box, base hit, a bobble. Kevin pulls in at second base.
He was lucky to get second, Nick.
So the Aces have a little rally going right now. First and second, no outs. Here in the bottom of the second. And the old crony, Bill Drapak, steps up. Bill's batting,
renew his contract.
Bill's batting sixth today, and he hasn't seen much action lately for the Aces since he's been putting his time in with the Little League or the Senior League World Series in Gary, Indiana.
Word has it, Bill's could play for the mailman next year. Of course, the Aces are putting him on waivers.
Oh, and Bill hits a little dinker that is not going to drop. It carries to the right center fielder. He throws it in. Bill going to right center field, which has been a very unusual trait for him this year. He's been pulling the ball mostly.
I just received, Arnie in the truck just received a call from the Lump Lounge at my Mama D's. Every hit Bill gets, it's free drinks at the bar on the house.
Okay, one out here. Still men on first and second. Little Greg Salvatore batting. And we will not confirm the rumor either that Bill is going the way of Rock Hudson and has AIDS.
He has been losing weight, Nick.
We're a reputable station here, and we will not.
But
we would never
But
disclose.
I read it in the National Enquirer.
And there's a ground ball. They get the force at second on Greg. It's 2 outs, and right now, with men on first and third, the Aces are going to need a big hit out of Gary Svitkovich here to squeeze a run out of this inning. First pitch to Gary is a ball.
Deep.
The windup and the pitch, and Gary hits one, turns him around in right center and left center, but the right center fielder makes a good catch to retire, and the Aces leave 2 men on first and second base with no outs, and they do not score a run. So at the end of 2, it's the Ghostbusters nothing and the Aces nothing.
The next inning is going to be brought to you by the P Lounge, Kevin Klutzek, proprietor. When they party at the P Lounge, they go through the ceiling. Believe me. The P Lounge. When you want to get the best in mixed drinks and the best in beer, stop in at the P Lounge. 4926. Is that right? 4926. 4022 Homerly, East Chicago, Indiana. Just look for the big red neon P on the top of the chimney and follow it down to the P Lounge.
May I add that P-Man is quite the human being. He had a leftover keg, half a keg left
He donated to
after
Joe
his
Ray's
last,
down in
no,
the store.
and the starving Ethiopians in Africa.
He donated,
The first ball was hit to Mike Smuda on right, and
He
Smuda
caught
he caught it. It was a good grab. He went back on it very well, showing that he is not the vegetable that some people purport him to be. Looks like Mike is really fired up out there in right field today. He has come to play today. Number 5 here. Looks like he winged it to the pitcher for an easy 1-3 put out here. 2 outs, and the Ghostbusters are not hitting the ball at all. They are not hitting.
By the way, Nick, that battle was Johnny John Abdul.
Johnny John Abdul with easy put out to San Francisco. And another lefty. Looks like they've stocked themselves with lefties this year. No, especially at a left-handed hitting ballpark as Riley with the short poke in right field.
This is Alton Coleman up to bat. Alton plays in both Michigan City, Joliet, and the Attica Leagues, all of which he hit over 500.
And that means scorer, too. We're talking scoring with the ladies also. Also, on the left center, Gary Svitkovich fielded it. And 2 outs here. leadoff man.
Johnny John.
Johnny reaches for one and hits a weak fly ball to left center where Gary Svitkovich pulls it in, and the side is retired. And at the end of 2.5 here at Riley Park in East Chicago, it's the Ghostbusters nothing, and the Aces coming to bat nothing.
We're being brought to you by Walker Chrysler Plymouth on 5th Avenue in Gary, Indiana. Boy, we got a lot of Gary sponsors today because we're playing this Gary series here, Steel City Classic. Walker Chrysler Plymouth. They'll set you up with a car that'll drive you anywhere and get you there quick. Whether you're under gunfire, whether you're about to be raped, a Walker car will get you out of that situation quick. I mean, real quick.
They also added a hot car.
No, they don't got the hot cars. Well, you need an alarm system, bulletproof glass, or maybe some slash-proof tires. Walker Chrysler Plymouth in downtown Gary, Indiana can really help you.
Leading off the bottom of the third for the Aces is Dave Kessick. He swings at the first pitch and hits one off the second baseman's glove for a base hit. A good line drive shot by Kessick to start off the inning, and Mike the Hose Muda, number 55, will be stepping in for the Aces. I hope. Mike's made a couple of catches early in the ball game in right field. They're testing out the young right fielder early.
Isn't he on a 13-day hitting streak?
Mike takes a pitch and hits a soft liner to left center where it's pulled in for the first out of the inning.
Mike looks a little disgusted over there as he picks up his bat and walks back to the bench.
One out in the bottom of the third. Stan Sabilo, coach and captain of the team, comes to bat with a three-sided bat.
He's styling with his downstate
Stan
hat.
tries hits one to the first, to the pitcher, catches it on a line, and doubles Dave Kessick off first base to end the inning. And after the end of 3 innings of play, no score in a very tight pitcher's duel.
We'd be brought to you by United Negro College Fund of America. Help send some people college. Give them a job. Just help us out. Send us your donation.
Keep in mind the United Negro College Fund. And for every base hit the Ghostbusters get today, 1 penny will be going towards the United Negro Fund of Gary, Indiana.
Because a mind is a terrible thing to waste.
And step into the plate for in the top of the fourth for the Ghostbusters is their number 2 hitter, Billy Ray Williams.
Bill Drapack just threw it into center field.
Bill's arm is not quite properly warmed up yet.
He's been carrying a lot of food, filling out a lot of drinks down there at the Lump Lump Lounge.
And plus, this age dilemma that Bill has right now is weakening him rather severely.
Well, I just hope that it doesn't come out, because if Bill's fans find out that he's gay, that's it for his career.
But they will never find out on WSOB radio. And Greg Salvatore, another diving, sprawling catch in right center field for the first out. And he is playing a very tough outfield position today.
Nick, getting back to Mr. Drapack, he says he's at the point of his career.
He's at the point of his career right now where things seem to be dwindling down. The reactions aren't there. The bat isn't there. The arm isn't there as it used to be in his early years.
Look at the frustration on him. He's frustrated.
Bill's calling a good game today, though. He's got Stan settled down rather well. Stan throws the first one in there for a strike.
Catch that ball, Nick.
Stan throws a little one high. Another one high.
I'll tell you what, Bill may be frustrated, but he is checking out the guys with them tight softball pants. He may have AIDS, but hey, he's still hot to trot.
Hasn't lost it yet, Jim.
A shot up the box by number 19. He could think about going to it so deep, but he rounds the bag at first and returns. The batter is now Doc. Third baseman Dave Kessick here is having a great time. He hasn't played much third base for the Aces. In fact, he hasn't played any third base for the Aces this year, but he's doing the best he can. First pitch to the Doctor is a strike.
And Bill retrieves the ball back to the fence.
And again, another one gets past Bill to the fence.
He's got a real high pass-ball ratio.
Doc looked like he wanted that one. He takes a second strike.
But we know what Bill wanted.
Bill is checking out the Doctor. Doc reaches for one and lofts a deep, lazy fly to Greg Salvatore in right center. Greg throws it in. Good throw, and they almost had the runner at second base on a good throw from Greg Salvatore and a good scoop by Rich Sabilo at short. But the ball was hit too deep to expect them to throw out the runner from there. So it's 2 outs, man on second, and number 19, who played with the Fancy Dancers in Omni last year, could come up with a big hit right now with 2 outs to score the first run of this ball game. He moves up on one and chops one to deep center field where Gary Svitkovich calls it for the 3rd out. And again, the side is retired. And at the end of 3 1/2, Ghostbusters nothing, East Chicago Aces nothing in the EC Gary City Series.
We're being brought to you by the Industrial Tool and Manufacturing Company of Hammond, Indiana. Industrial Tool and Manufacturing Company of Hammond, Indiana can meet all of your industrial needs, whether it be welding, fabrication, machining, tool, die, or jigs. The Industrial Tool and Manufacturing Company can meet your industrial needs. Located at 4901 Calumet Avenue, Hammond, Indiana, the Industrial Tool Manufacturing Company has always met the high-tech needs of industry throughout Northwest Indiana. So why not stop in, talk with Stan, or talk with Marty Kazmierski.
I'd like to get a shot of the Stella Savilo lookalike contest here. Sitting next to the Stella Savilo over there is the winner of the Stella Savilo lookalike contest, Margie Norton. 315 West Eastside Avenue.
Is that her name?
Easy one hopper to the second baseman, hit by Rich Sabilo to start off the bottom of the 4th, 1 out.
Wait, can we get a shot of Bill over there as he puts his rally hat on?
Is he adjusting?
And he switches it back.
Is he adjusting his cup again?
He's been doing that an awful lot, Jim, lately.
Well, that AIDS is tearing him apart.
Lou Salvatore reaches for one in right, and a foul ball is hit. What's that? What's that? Would you like to add a few comments to the broadcast here?
No, I wouldn't, sir. What channel?
Who are you rooting for?
Get him on film.
This is WSOB,
No,
radio television.
just like I'm not rooting for any team that is.
Get him on film, Jim.
The best.
Who do you think's going to win this series, though?
I really don't know.
You don't know?
The best.
The best is going to win.
Yeah,
Who?
thank you.
Aces, the young fellow down there.
He knows what he's talking about.
That's because he was out there shagging fly balls for the Aces the other day.
Oh.
So he's got inside. Ground ball up the box by Lou Salvatore. With 1 out. We're going to have to clear the booth here. lot of
Yeah.
Unless you want to do some color commentating here with me.
Yeah.
No, I really
Here.
can't, so.
Take over the mic here for a while.
Me? No.
Yeah, you can handle it.
No, thank you.
Just say the batter is Joe Rachel.
Check this out. Joe Dan my time running because he sure got it. There you go. Hey. How you like me now? 1 down, 2 to go. Well.
One out, first and second.
Oh, okay. We got you covered, baby. Don't even worry about it. Because your damn my time running.
Say the P-Man's up to that.
The batter.
The P-Man. Whoa. Oh, my goodness. Look how big he is, though. He should have knocked it out the park, though.
No!
Bless my heart. It's over to you, Mike.
Nick.
You know I thought you
Nick,
was that first one I looked
you're
at.
doing a good job, though. I think we should keep you on for an inning or so. Let's keep it up here.
Yeah, Candy, go ahead.
Bless his heart. But he did it, though. He set it down, though. He dropped one in, so set it down. Knock it out the park.
Let's do a number 11.
No, just watch this. We're going to set this out now. Oh, just smoking. Jam smoke. And there's fire, too. But you lost smoke. You had to close that door in. Hey, yeah.
No, it's just our own.
Bless the heart.
This is Willie Lump Lump, straight cat.
Lump, the bumpy dump. Number 13, jam. Now look at me, assistant coach. Don't start, don't even try it, because it's not going to work.
Third base coach, that coach is Marty Cassier. Oh, that's the long Polish man.
There it goes. Hey! It was about time. Y'all been out there for an hour and a half. Woo, thank you.
All right. At the end
What's
of
this,
4, it's
y'all
the Aces 1. And
what's this,
Ghostbusters
y'all on?
nothing. WSOB radio.
FM?
AM, FM.
Oh, that AM.
AM and FM. We
Okay, I got
simulcast.
Okay, I got you covered.
All right.
I got you covered. If I don't hear it tonight, I'm coming back out to the Riley Park and choking.
Well,
Next time I see you.
well, we'll be out here Wednesday.
Wednesday?
No, not Wednesday. We go to Gary at 6 o'clock.
Oh.
The series travels to Gary, so
Who's
you're gonna have to.
Who's playing?
Same teams. You're gonna have to reach us out there.
No,
Get on the road. Get on the road to Gary.
Where's it going to be at?
All right. It's down on 13th.
It'll be on
13th in Connecticut,
13th
Gary.
in Connecticut.
Okay,
The
Gary.
beautiful
Now,
downtown
on TV
Gary.
Now. Yes, you are. See, y'all on TV.
Would you like to do the fifth? Would you like to do the fifth inning here?
Yeah.
All right. You're doing play-by-play right now.
Me right now? Yeah, pass that ball.
Just say what you see, man. That's all you do.
I know the man name. No, give me the voice.
Just say his man with the cutoff there.
The man with the cutoff there looks like a fool. Let's see if he's going to hit a fireball. Well, P-Man says, can he hit? Nope.
P-Man's at first base.
Well, Stinky's at first, huh? That's nice.
He just walks them. Just walks the batter. You got to stay on top of the situation. Say he walks the batter.
Here comes the big man from Western Poland.
The big man from Western Poland. Woo! Look over there. Hey.
Yeah.
Hey. Keep talking.
People at home are going to get
Okay. Hey, man.
Just keep it clean.
He got how many balls?
You don't have to bleep out anything.
He cracks it. He gives it. He's out. Yeah, he's out. He's out. You out.
He's safe.
He's out.
He's safe.
We are voting Candy. Third base.
But he looked like he was out. That's all you got.
He out. He look a sis.
Video
He
replay.
safe at third base. That's a sissy. He's out.
He's safe.
Out. He's out. Catch out.
Give me the microphone.
No,
I got something to tell you.
Hey, man.
Stop it, sir. You're going to ruin our ratings here. You're getting indecisive.
He cracked it. He's out, I think. He's out. He's out. I'm talking on the mic. Look out.
Oh, no.
He's out. Big bugger type stuff.
I have to take over here for a little while. The score is 1-1. Fly ball lofted to Lou in deep left field. Lou went back and made a very nice catch out there. The throw got away, and the man went to third base here.
Come back over.
1-1 in the top of the fifth here. We got some Aces fans here in the booth with us, helping out on the play-by-play. What's your name?
Changa.
What is it? Say that again.
Changa.
Changren?
Right.
All right. deep fly ball to Mike Smoot on right field. He comes up with it, and Mike is playing some tough right field.
Hey, we got this.
That's 2 outs, but another run scores. 2-1, Ghostbusters leading. Changa is gonna play ball for the Velt one day. He's honing his skills here at the Riley Park basketball courts. And where do you live? Are you out of New Edition or where?
I live right over there across the tracks.
He lives right over there across the tracks in Calumet. A nice place to visit. It's a tourist spot for many of the EC Aces in the off season. Your sister knew a lot of girls from Calumet that she went to school
Here
with.
he comes.
There was a boulder thrown into the booth.
Hey, watch that, okay?
It's a kind of unknown fan.
Fans are getting rowdy here on third base box.
What happened?
It's 2-1, Ghostbusters right now. They just took the lead.
Let's say Whittle Hart.
You want to get a shot at that boulder, Jim?
2 outs here in the 5th. And Mike Zmuda with the catch in right field. Is he coming alive out there? To retire the sign at the end of 4 1/2, it's the Ghostbusters 2 and the EC Aces 1. Here, you like to do a commercial?
Yeah, me too.
Do you mind eating the establishment or anything?
No, I really do not. I would like to have some white whiskey, some Pierre.
Okay, we're, for your favorite drinking establishment.
Oh,
No,
I know where's that.
no, it's called nourishment.
Located at Jim?
Where's located?
42 Homerly and he's
49. Oh, no, man, it's 4930 Alexander. So give it to me. Give it to me.
You gonna be on TV?
Yeah, I'm going to be on TV, not me.
He looking at you up.
No, he's...
Oh, exactly when you go like this. To me.
Thank you, sir.
Our producer, San Sabilo, says get some of the game here. We're taking too many shots of the loyal fans here of the Aces. Greg Salvatore lifts one to deep left field, but the left fielder scoops it in for a long fly out to begin the bottom of the 5th. Yes, Stan our producer, is getting a little mad. He doesn't want the rowdy fans to get in the way of the filming of this game on WSOB. And how long will our generator last? That's a question that will be answered today. Gary Svitkovich, the batter. But Gary, with the grunt, a deep fly ball to left center field, that is gathered in by the left center fielder for out number 2. And the Aces are not hitting the ball worth a DAMN today. Bleep. That one could be bleeped out on our late evening newscast. Bottom of the 5th. The batter with 2 outs is third baseman Dave Kessick. Dave hits an easy grounder to the pitcher. It'll be a tough play. And they get him at first base. To end the inning at the end of 5 innings, it's the Ghostbusters 2 and the EC Aces 1.
You know what tastes real good after a hard day at work? A piece of luscious, succulent, homemade apple pie. And you know where you can get apple pie like that? Mama D's restaurant or at the Lump Lump Lounge. Why not check it out? You'll like what you eat.
And let's get some 2 shots here. Would you like, what's your name again? Charinga will get a shot of his shoes there with the break-in laces. You're gonna have to move a little farther back so we get a shot of these hooping shoes here with the fat break-in laces there. And this man knows how to style. Where did you get those laces? At Tom McCann. Tom McCann for the finest in breaking laces.
And Bell
start the top,
retrieves the ball.
At the top of the 6th. You could see this broadcast tonight on WSOB, simulcast in AM and FM. Stereo. crank that stereo up.
DC news happening. Just called it WSOB. Headline at 672-4343.
So, 398-3362. A tough grounder. Oh, a tough grounder. Jim Zala had to go to his right, deep in the hole, retrieve. He threw it hard, but left-hander hitter was booking down the line and beat it out for a hit. Dave Kesk, the third baseman for the Aces, is chattering with us a little here. The leadoff hitter for the the Ghostbusters, Larry Boa, is up to the plate here. He's been trying to go to right all day. He lifts one to deep center field. Greg Salvatore calls for it, gathers it in. Runner from first tags up, and he is out. And
What a play by Rick
the base is knocked off the post or the strap there, but we have a double play by the EC Aces. Bobby Blackwell, the ump, is fastening the base the strap back onto the post over there. Bobby worked at the Gary Parks Department ground crew for 15 or so odd years, and he has quite the experience. Bobby's also a garbage man in his spare time. Yeah, yes, he is. He has many talents and many skills that he has learned through the tough, cruel world of Gary, Indiana.
You know, right now, if you call up at 1-800-222-5858, you can vote for the player of the game, the Slatkovsky Kielbasa player of the game. Why not call up? I think Greg
It's toll-free number,
I
right?
think Sal's got a great chance to win. How about you?
Greg Salvatore is playing a very good right center field today. But right now, he stands out on the defensive end. No one is standing out on the offensive end for the Aces right now. We're seeing who might make a push for that spot in these last two innings. Number 2 hitter.
I think Dan Mike has got a good chance for it, because he's looking marvelous on that bench.
Johnny Ray Johnny does like right field, and but he lost an easy fly to left center where Gary Spitkovich gathers it in for the third out of the inning, and we go to the bottom of the 6th with the score. The Ghostbusters 2 and the EC Aces 1. Bob Razwicki, our electronics engineer here, who put this show together, is going to check on how our generator is doing right now, to bring you this complete, uninterrupted broadcast of this important game.
Being brought to you by the Roosevelt Hotel on 5th Avenue and Washington Streets in Gary, Indiana. Roosevelt Hotel. If you're just going to stay in the town for a day, a week, 5 years, the Roosevelt Hotel can meet your needs any way you need to. They got room service, they got telephones, they got beds. They got everything you want in a great hotel. So stop in at the Roosevelt.
Coming to bat for the Aces in the bottom of the 6th is Mike Smuda, who's making a push for our defensive player of the game. Mike's gathered a lot of fly balls in right field today and a couple tough catches out there.
That generator is running on AC/DC power, and it should last about the whole game, so nothing here.
That's Bob Razwicki with a quick check of the generator, and he says things are just fine. In the truck is Tim Draws, our producer. Mike lifts a loop fly ball to short center field where the right center fielder calls for it by saying, "Look out, he has it," for the first out in the inning.
Can we get a close-up of Stan's triangular bat, in which Stan this year has batted over 600?
I can't go that close.
I don't think with our limited our limited camera. Yeah, that was Stan with the shot to the shortstop. The shortstop picks it up, fires the first, and Stan is retired for the second out of the inning.
Aces just not hitting here.
No, the Aces are not hitting. Rich Sabilo, their leadoff hitter right now, is 0 for 2 in this game, and he is battling for the top spot in hitting on the Aces ball club with Dan Micah, with carrying 575 averages. And the Aces are going to need for him to hit in this series if they are to have a chance of winning this.
You know why the Aces aren't doing good? Because they aren't eating their ganella bread and their Slatkovsky kielbasa.
Rich swings at the pitch. Hits a deep fly ball to right field. The right fielder drops it. Rich is around second base. He throws it in, and Rich is going to pull up at third base. With, I don't know. We may have to score that one in error. It was a tough play, but the right fielder should have had the ball. It popped right out of his glove, and I think we're going to have to score that E9. But it's a break for the Aces, and with 2 outs, Lou Salvatore is an important batter right now. He could tie this ball game with a base hit. Lou takes the first pitch for a strike.
Isn't there a new first baseman?
A new first base coach for the Aces is Joe Rachel, and Lou lifts a deep fly ball to right center, where it's gathered in by the right center fielder, who is having a very good game out there.
Well, we'll have the meat of the order up next inning, Nick.
That's what the Aces will have to look forward to, because at the end of 6 innings, it's the Ghostbusters 2, the EC Aces 1.
Speaking of meat, hey, you need some meat, you need some good food, do our meat market. 149th Street in East Chicago, Indiana. Can give you all the meat you need. Ham hocks, Polish sausage, all that great stuff. Why not try some great Slatkovsky sausage? Hey, do ours meat market. Adolf Budo. Tell them Adolf sent you.
So, Chagrin, would you like to add anything about any fine eateries that you know of?
Uh-oh, we gotta get the interview with the third
No.
base coach.
Third base coach is coming over here in the booth right now.
Did he say wait for the pitcher to break up?
Oh. Third base coach is waiting to get in there, to pinch hit and break the ball game up, he says.
Let's check those sunglasses out. He's calling in as well.
There's a shot to left field on one hop. It was a howitzer. Start off the inning for the Ghostbusters. And going back to Chagrin, do you know of any fine eating establishments in New Edition, Calumet area that you would like to talk about?
No.
No. What do you like to eat? What's your favorite food?
I like ham hocks and chicken.
Ham hocks and chiclets are your favorite food. Where can you get it? Where can you get a fine ham hock or a chiclet in the area?
At Sturks.
At Sturks.
You ever eat the rib Chris? No?
Have you ever eaten at Golden Homer Shrimp House, a fine eating establishment in Calumet?
No,
But they're closed. That's not good. Have you ever eaten at Dimitri's Brothers or Kielbasa's?
I ate at Demetrius Brothers.
Oh, you eating at Dimitri's Brothers? Deep fly ball to left fielder. It's a foul ball.
And Bill Drinkback so finally gives the signal to the camera that it was a foul ball.
Have you ever eaten at Mama D's Restaurant and Lounge located on the south side?
No.
Have you ever heard of Mama D's Restaurant and Lounge located on the south side?
Yes.
Yes, you have. You know that the catcher for the EC Aces, you know that the catcher for the EC Aces, Mama owns Mama D's Restaurant and Lounge.
No.
Line drive to the pitcher, caught by Stan Sabilo, and he doubles the base runner off first base to end the inning, and going to the bottom of the 7th inning, it's the Ghostbusters 2 and the EC Aces 1.
We're being brought to you by Dimitri's Cake and Steak. Dimitri's Cake and Steak, the restaurant that Bill Drapak goes to when Mama D's ain't open. Dimitri's Cake and Steak. You can sit down there and take 50 minutes to drink a cup of coffee. They don't care.
And we move to the bottom of the 7th in a close fought ball game and a low-scoring one at that, 2-1.
Jim Zala saying it's Miller time.
And the batter for the Aces will be Joe Rachel, the number 3 hitter, and the Aces have their meat of the lineup up this inning, so...
Hey, we shall congratulate, I should say everybody at the WSOP staff is congratulating Joe Rachel on his future marriage
Yes, Joe Rachel will be tying the knot this Saturday with a lovely girl from east side of Hammond, Carol Bosega.
Relative to the famed owners of the Bosega Brothers Music Company, Hammond, Indiana.
And Joe will be residing in the Roxana section of East Chicago for many years to come with a garage and white picket fence around.
And he's
in
also a
background.
relative of Bob Radziwick.
Hopefully lots of little softball players running around the yard.
And a very interesting point brought up here by Tim Droz that Joe Rachel is a relative of Bob Radziwick. And Joe Rachel will be the second East Chicago ace to become married on the ball club, the first being Jim Zala. Who will follow after Joe Rachel? We don't know. With Bill Drapak having the dreaded disease AIDS, that seems to rule him out.
Well, he wouldn't be marrying a girl anyway.
Well, that's why we rule Bill Drapak out.
Yeah, Nick, I heard that Bill Drapak is trying to find a woman for Stan Sabilo, so...
No, don't you want... There's a line drive base hit to right center by Joe Rachel to start off the inning, and the Aces may have something going right
Pinch
now.
runner. We
And
got pitch runner Mayday.
the pinch runner is Maydays, the son of Mayor Robert Pastrick of East Chicago. And here is a dreaded hitter right now.
I need
The
some
left-handed power-hitting first baseman for the EC Aces, Kevin P-Man Klosek. One swing and this game could be over. The pitcher showing a little navel for the Ghostbusters is going to have to pitch around Kevin very carefully.
Kevin, of
Kevin
course.
takes the pitch outside for a ball.
Kevin, of course, owner of the P Lounge. 4922 Homerly, East Chicago.
There's the first strike. The count goes to 2-1 on Kevin P-Man Klosek. There's a shot to right center field. On one bounce, right center fielder fields it. And the Aces have men on first and second with no outs. And the batter, Jim Zala, who is the only married ace as of this telecast. And Jim is an opposite field hitter, so he should be hitting to the right side to hopefully move the runners around.
Probably the Jimmy type.
With no outs right now, the Aces look like I think they're going to pull this ball game out. There's some good sticks following Jim Zala. Next batter is Bill Drapak.
Oh, God.
Bill may be weak from that dreaded disease AIDS, but he's still got a few hits left in him.
I heard he's going to Paris next week.
Zala lifts an easy pop-up to right center field. Mayday tags. He goes into third, standing up. So one out, the Aces have men on first and third. With Bill Drapak, the veteran, with AIDS, coming up to bat. And Bill could really be a hero right now with a base hit or even a deep fly ball because Mayday has a lot of speed on third base. And anything of medium to deep depth, Mayday should score on.
I think he is going to the Pasteur Institute, though, Nick.
Oh, he is? We'll confirm that he is going to the Pasteur Institute. Bill hits a shot to the third baseman. It's a double play ball. Aces lose. This ball game is all over. Bill Drapak hits a ground ball to the third baseman to turn the double play in a very disappointing ball game for the EC Aces as they fall to the Ghostbusters 2-1. And my heart is in my mouth. And I think it's in Chagrin's. What's your name, Chagrin?
Changa.
Changrin?
What's your last name?
Changa.
Changa? What's your last name, Changa?
King.
Changa King?
You any relation to Martin Luther King? No?
Do you know Martin Luther? You've heard of him? That's good because he knows his history.
You know
And Changa, okay, with Mr. King, with the Ghostbusters winning the first game of the series, it's a best out of 5 series. The winner has to win 3 games. Who do you think's going to pull it out after watching this first game?
The Ghostbusters.
The Ghostbusters. Is that, are you picking them because they are black as yourself?
No.
All right, you're picking them because you feel that they are the better softball team in this series.
Right.
All right. That's all we got to hear. And Mike Smuda comes to the booth, brother of cameraman Jim Smuda.
Let's take it off in about 2 seconds.
You want to
0 for 2 is getting very
0 for
angry.
2, but Mike Smuda went 0 for 2, but he played a very good game in right field, fielding-wise. Didn't give the Ghostbusters any runs at all. He fielded everything cleanly, and we have some fans coming back to the booth here with some post-game comments.
I'm sorry, sir. All she wrote in that pencil just had broke. I'm really sorry about that.
All right. So he's sorry about that. Get a shot of Rich Sabilo there on picking up the bag at third base. The game was fixed, passerby says on the way home. John says the game was fixed.
No, I don't believe in that.
No, this is only recreational softball, no fixing, no problem. It was a hard-fought, low-scoring game. And you get a glimpse of the many fans here. There were at least 35,000 here at the ballpark today. They were even sitting on the Cooper homes today in the overflow crowd. Okay, our producer, Bob Razwicki, is leaving, and Tim Draws is leaving with the truck, and we're going to have to cut out with the final comment. The Aces fall in a hard-fought game to the Ghostbusters. 2-1 here at Riley Park. The series moves this Wednesday at 6 o'clock to down on 13th at 13th in Connecticut in beautiful downtown
Connecticut. Downtown Gary, Indiana. Sabilo Broadcasting WSOP presents the Steel City World Series. Leadoff man show hosted by Tim Draws.
Thank you, Jim. Today's leadoff man guest is the pinch hitter deluxe, Bill Drapak. Well, Bill, after the tough loss that the Aces received a few days ago, do you think they can bounce back coming into the Ghostbusters' own backyard?
Yeah, I think so. This is kind of like in hockey, you know, you've got we lost the home ice advantage, but now we've got a split here, and I think we can.
Who do you look today to be the hero of the day? Do you think you will come off the bench and be the pinch hitter deluxe as you always are, or do you think you'll start as DH?
Well, I don't know what manager Stan has in store for me there. I'd like to be the hero after what happened to me the other day. I think that was, it would only kind of even things out if I were to come up, let's say, you know, bases loaded and we're down by a run or we're tied and I get a base hit and win, or even a fly ball drive and run. So.
What do you look for in the future of Bill Drapak? Do you think you would... It's time for a commercial, according to our cameraman, Jim Smuda.
Club Cuyahoga.
A non-profit organization, Club Cuyahoga, East Chicago, Indiana, supported Little League through many years. Support our group as it changes to East Chicago Civic Little League. Your donations are much appreciated. Now back to the leadoff man with Bill Drapak. Bill, before our commercial break, I was getting to the question that, what do you look for in the future in the life as a softball ace?
Well, I'd like to, of course, I'm umpiring now. I will be umpiring softball sometime. I'd like to manage, you know, this team possibly in the future. I don't know what Stan's going to do in the future. But like I say, hopefully, if not to this team, I'd like to manage some type of softball team.
Have you had any previous knowledge as a manager or any experience?
Yeah, I managed senior league for Club Cuyahoga there. If you remember the senior league a few years ago, I had 2 years of that. And hopefully, I think I can manage. As a matter of fact, I'm looking forward to it when my playing days are over with, which could be very soon. Who knows?
Do you look for a new career with a different team if the Aces don't sign you back to a contract?
Well, that's going to have to be resolved there between the front office and myself, whatever I do. I'd like to come back and play. Let me say right now that you know, I am a little disappointed. I'm not getting, you know, more playing time. But reasonably, I understand what's going on as far as the position players. And if I don't play, fine. And it's the fact that, you know, I've done something and a lot of people haven't done. I've been on 6 championships. So, hey, a lot of people haven't been on 1. So if we don't win anything else, fine. You know, right now I'm happy what I want to be doing.
Bill, could you name some of the championship teams you've been on, or what years they were?
Well, I was on the PRCU team. We won at 1977 at Riverside Park in Hammond. We won the Omni for 1 year. We won over at Hessville. We've also, of course, we won East Chicago twice. And
Okay, Bill.
so I've been on a lot of championship ball.
In respect to your personal life, Bill, what is this problem we hear with AIDS you have?
Well, I don't think I want to talk. First of all, I have no AIDS, and I think it's ridiculous. Whoever started this asinine rumor, really, because
Well,
no,
Bill,
really, like I said, I do not have it, and the person who said that probably didn't know what was going on.
could you give us your quick prediction for the game today, Bill?
Well, I think we'll win today after hitting yesterday. Like I said, this is going to go 5 games, but we'll win today, and we'll win in front of our home fans.
Thank you, Bill. And this has been the leadoff.
Okay, we're back on the air here on WSOB with the second game of the EC Gary City Series. The East Chicago Aces, champions of the East Chicago League, versus the home team today, the Ghostbusters, who are champions of the Gary League. Ghostbusters took the first game of the series in East Chicago at good old Riley Park, 2-1 in a low-scoring, hard-fought battle. Whether this game's going to be low-scoring remains to be seen. The wind is blowing in briskly, but not too strong out of right field today. So I don't know how many balls will carry out of here today, but I think we should see more than 3 runs scored. Ghostbusters are taking their final warm-ups right now. Pan in the outfield for you. Rich Sabilo will be leading off the game for the Aces. And we'll go to commercial.
Right now we're being brought to you by Booker's One-Stop Grocery Store on 13th Avenue and Connecticut Streets in Gary, Indiana. Booker's One-Stop Store. Why not stop in? Get some good food.
All right, Rich is stepping in with a .575 average, 4 home runs, and 79 RBIs. The infield here at down on 13th is very hard.
It was dragged last year.
Yes, it was dragged last year, maybe 2 years ago. But there are some weeds also in the infield, so we could see some bad hop singles in the infield today. The outfield isn't much better. There are a lot of weeds out there. There could be some broken glass and some hard patches of dirt out there also. First pitch to Rich is a ball. Count 1-0 on Rich. Rich takes another one. This one's a strike. 1-1. Our home plate ump today is George Green. Rich hits the next one in the right field. A good line drive base hit to start off the game for the Aces. Next batter is Lou Salvatore. Lou is hitting .410 this year with 2 home runs and 81 RBIs. Lou has had problems at the plate here and there, but he's come up with some key hits for the Aces this year. Lou's basically an opposite field hitting player. He goes up the middle when it need be. He takes this pitch, lofts a foul ball out of plate on the right field line. The right fielder might have had a better play on it than what showed. He sort of he didn't hustle for the ball. He might have made a little snatch over the fence to grab that one.
How you doing, Nick?
All right, Jim Zala in the booth right now, where he doesn't belong during a game. Lou hits a pitch up the middle for a base hit. Rich makes the turn and falls down on this asphalt-like excuse for a softball diamond. So we got men on first and second, no outs. Batter's Joe Rachel coming in with a .505 batting average, 6 home runs and 93 RBI. Joe's basically a pull hitter. He'll go up the middle with some power also. Look to see Joe to get it out of the infield here. Joe lofts a fairly deep fly ball to right center field. Right center fielder calls for it, throws it in. Rich is in at third base. Rich halfway to home. And I believe Rich
and Drapac were standing in my way.
I believe Rich was just thrown out at home. He shouldn't have gone. He hesitated around third base. He was not really caught at third base. He was only 10 feet off the bag there, but then he decided he's going to try to make something happen here, and he went, and he got burnt that time.
We didn't see any of that thanks to Bill Drapac and Joe Rich.
2 outs, and Kevin drops towards left field, lifts a lazy shallow fly ball to left, and the side is retired here. With the Aces not scoring again, no runs, 2 hits, no errors, and 1 left. And our manager, Stan Sabilo, just said the comment, he thinks these guys are vegetables out here and he could run like he was playing in the FOP. And meaning that he... Go on. Take it.
We're being brought to you by the Odessa's Beauty School on 5th Avenue in Gary, Indiana. Odessa's Beauty School can help you get that beautiful complexion and hair that you want.
For the Ghostbusters lineup, leading off Cootie in left center, second batter Chris at short. Nolan is doing the catching for the Ghostbusters. Doc at third, Preston in right center, Rudy at second base, Truitt the extra hitter, Dave is pitching, Al in right field, Toy is at first base, and finally Shane in left field.
That was Tim Draws, our color analyst for the game today, and also our scorekeeper in the booth. Bob Radzwicki is the spotter and chief engineer, putting this whole show on the road. Looking at the Aces defensively, we got Lou Salvatore in left field, Gary Svitkovich in left center, Kevin Mayday Pastrick in right center field, and Stan Sabilo in right. Pitching for the Aces will be Nikolikovich. Catching will be Jim Zala. At third base is Dave Kessick. The shortstop for the Aces is Rich Sabilo, one of the best in northern Indiana. At second is Greg Salvatore, also one of your better second basemen, who make the Aces a strong team up the middle, and Kevin Klosek coming in at first base.
The surgeon over there is in my way. I can't see.
Right now we're having a little problem with our picture. Mayday with the catch of a shallow liner in right center field to start off the bottom of the first. He scored at L10. We're having a problem, as I say, with the first base coach here of the Ghostbusters. He's in the way of our camera. We are not able to see the batters coming up to the plate here. As you could see, he's wearing a Glad baggie on his head.
Here, Nick, that people in Gary always come prepared for the weather.
Well, you never know when a sudden thunderstorm might spout up in Gary here and wet your hair. There's a line drive shot in the gap. Mayday could not get to it, but Svitkovich throws it in. Lets a throw rip, and
Standing right field is getting pretty mad at the game here.
the runner gets third base on the overthrow by Gary. We have 1 out, and again the Aces throw one away to give a team a couple extra bases. The batter is number 3 hitter, Nolan. Nolan the catcher, as in Nolan Ryan. Nolan grounds one that gets past Dave Kessick at third base. We're going to have to score that one in error. And the Ghostbusters are first on the board today, leading this ball game 1-0. Stan is a little perturbed in right field today. He doesn't like what he sees out there. He's a little disappointed that Rich tried to take home when the ball was in the infield, the first baseman possessing it, and he got shot at home, and he's a little disappointed on the throw from Gary in left center. Doc just rips one to left field with another massive grunt. We got runners on first and second. One out, and the number 5 hitter is Preston, the right center fielder. And again, there's some more chatter from Stan Sabilo in right field. But there's no problem right now. It's only a 1-0 ball game. I think the Aces will stick a little better in this game than they stuck in the first game of this series. And we have two super fans of the Aces, Mary Kay, who's owner of a cosmetics line, Mary Kay Cosmetics, and her friend Kathy. That ball was hit to Dave Kessick at third base. He stepped on the bag for the force at third. We have 2 outs. Still runners on first and second. The batter is Rudy, the second baseman. Rudy's doing the imitation of Darryl Strawberry today with the strawberry, the cherry red softball pants and fully strawberry complemented uniform.
It's part of JCPenney's strawberry shortcake collection, I might add.
I'm glad to see the first base coach has moved. I guess he spied a cloud overhead and thought we were going to have a quick shower there. We're wearing his Air Jordans. Dave Kessick takes the harder route to first base with the throw to end the inning. With the score, the Ghostbusters won, the Aces nothing. And again, manager Stan Savilo comes off the field chattering here. He did not like Dave Kessick throwing across the diamond for the putout where he could have easily stepped on third to end the inning. This ain't running it smoothly.
We're being brought to you by the Zanzibar Lounge on 5th Avenue in Gary, Indiana. The Zanzibar Lounge, where you can get a great drink, maybe a nice sandwich or something at the Zanzibar Lounge. Take the lady out there, have a fun time. The Zanzibar Lounge. Nick Manas frequents it oftenly. The Zanzibar Lounge.
Yes, Jim, I do spend a lot of my off-the-field hours at the Zanzibar, and may I attest to the fact that service is great there, drinks are great, and I love every minute while I'm there.
Somebody smashed Gary's glasses down on his head.
Gary has gone to the sun glare there, as the Flames are known for in south of US 30. Gary's got a 2-1 count on him right now. Bill Japek, coach at first, says, is he in the way? Gary drops the shoulder and lifts a shallow fly ball to left center. Left center fielder makes the put out for the first out in the inning. Nikolikovich is with the .360 average coming up to the plate here. No home runs and 34 RBIs. Nick's stick has come around in the second half of the season. Early in the season, Nick was struggling. He went through a spell there where he didn't know what a hit was for a while. Had a couple bad tournaments, but he kept his head in the game the whole time. He always gave us a good game defensively pitching and also threw strikes all the time. He didn't let it affect his pitching at all. And now, with the perseverance and patience that Nick has shown off, sure enough, his stick is coming through, and he's been hitting the ball very well the last 20 or 30 games. Nick is being selective right now. We have a 3-0 count on him. Nick takes a pitch for a strike. Count goes to 3-1. Nick takes another strike. Full count here, and I think that one is short. So Nick waited patiently for his pitch at the plate, didn't get it, and he's on base with a base on balls. Batter Greg Salvatore. Greg takes the first pitch a little deep. grounds one to the shortstop. Get the put out at second, but Greg's a quick runner. There's no way they're getting him at first. We got 2 outs here. Man on first. And Dave Kessick is the batter. Dave's batting .326 this year. No home runs and 10 RBIs. In limited duty with the Aces. He did not play the entire year for the Aces. He missed most of our early games. Greg hits a grounder to the shortstop. They get the force at second, and this inning is all over for the Aces. With no runs on no hits. 1 man left on base. And we go to the bottom of the second inning with the Ghostbusters in front, 1-0.
Gobble, gobble, gobble. Turkey, turkey, turkey. You need some dresses, or any kind of trousers and pants? Why not go to Lewin's Clothing City? Lewin's Clothing City. Irv Lewin, proprietor. Irv Lewin can set you up with any type of fashionable clothes you'd like. Irv Lewin, he'll set you up with anything. Lewin's clothes, Lewin's dresses and tresses, everything there for the finely dressed person.
Just remember the slogan, gobble, 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 turkey, turkey, turkey. And think of Irv Lewin for your clothing needs.
Kevin Klutzek shops there all the time.
Yeah, Kevin has the bandana.
From Lewin's.
From Lewin's. Leadoff batter for the Ghostbusters is Truitt. He looks a little like Gary Matthews of the Chicago Cubs. I don't think his nickname is Sarge, though. He gets in a little bend and a little wiggle, just like the Sarge. Truitt played for the Fancy Dancers last year in Omni, where he had a very successful season with them. They finished 3rd place in Omni, behind Miss Piggies of Gary and the EC Aces. Truitt chops at one and hits a line drive at the left center fielder, Gary Svitkovich. That's the first out in the inning. The second hitter, Dave, the pitcher. Dave walked twice in the first game of the series against the Aces. Stan Sabilo, the pitcher that day, was showing him a little respect. He chops at one, hits one to the shortstop, Rich Sabilo, for the put out at first for the second out in the inning. And Al, the right fielder, coming up. Right now, the Ghostbusters ain't really been stroking the ball consistently in this series either, so I'm really waiting for one of these teams to break out of it. Al is in his Darryl Strawberry complement too with the Red Sox and red Darryl Strawberry look-alike shorts. Al did not like the call made by George Green. The winner of the Stella Sabilo look-alike contest, Margie Norton, is not here today. Good shot at the right fielder Stan Sabilo. He comes up with it to retire the side, and at the end of 2 innings of play here at beautiful down on 13th Stadium in the heart of downtown Gary, Indiana, we have a score of 1-0 in favor of the Ghostbusters.
We're being brought to you by one of our oldest and our most trusted sponsors today, the Industrial Tool and Manufacturing Company, Hammond, Indiana. Industrial Tool Manufacturing Company of Hammond, Indiana can meet any of your industrial needs from their high-tech modern industrial center in Hammond, Indiana. Whether it be welding, fabrication, machining, tool dyes, anything you need in the industrial work, Industrial Tool Manufacturing can meet your needs. Located at 4901 Calumet Avenue for over 40 years, Industrial Tool Manufacturing is a leader in the tool dye machine field. Why not stop in and talk with either Stanley, Louie, Marty Kazmierski, or the Iceman? The Industrial Tool Manufacturing Company of Hammond, Indiana is ready to meet your needs.
Get back to the play here. Leading off for the Aces is Kevin Mayday Pastrick. Kevin's playing right center field today for the Aces. He's batting .300 this year. He's struggling, but he's making the transition from hardball to softball, which is sometimes a difficult transition to make. But he's a hustler, and he lost a fly ball to left center field. Left center fielder with 2 hands on that one. Start off the inning here, and the Aces still are not hitting.
I think we should thank the Gary Parks Department and Richard Gordon Hatcher, Mayor of Gary, for this fine location they have given us. Even though the field sucks.
Jim Zala batting .418 with 2 home runs. Comes up to bat and hits a nice line drive, base hit in the hole between first and second to try to get things started here for the Aces, which is only the 3rd hit of the game for the Aces. May I add that our scorekeeper Tim Droz has just pointed out our 11th hitter Stan Sabilo's coming in with a .545 average. He hits one down the line. Tough play for the first baseman, but they get Stan at first base. The runner advances to second. We have 2 outs, and we need a big hit out of Rich Sabilo here to try to squeeze an important run out of this inning. The Aces have not been hitting well with runners in scoring position in this series.
They stopped hitting after Micah was knocked out of the lineup.
Well,
you notice
I wouldn't say that because the Aces played without Micah yesterday and scored 14 runs in FOP.
But they played vegetables.
Rich hits a bouncer up the middle. Second baseman fields it and prevents a run from scoring. So we have men on first and third with 2 outs, and Lou Salvatore stands to be a very important batter in the inning. Lou came up with the base hit in the first inning when we thought we might get something going in that inning, but nothing materialized. Lou takes this one for a strike. Counts 1-1. Lou took a ball there, 2-1. He's showing some selectivity at the plate right now. Lou chops at one to left center field. Left center fielder gathers it in for the 3rd out of the inning, and at the end of 2.5, it's the Ghostbusters 1, the East Chicago Aces nothing.
Being brought to you by Tyrone's Gun Shop in Gary, Indiana. Whether you're looking for a nickel-plated .45 or a shotgun or any kind of gun, go to Tyrone's Gun Shop, because life is a great thing to waste.
Keep in mind Tyrone's gun shop for all your various suicidal tendencies or murderous capacities. That's Tyrone's Gun Shop, located in beautiful downtown Gary, Indiana. Some of the late arrivals coming off their 9-to-5 jobs here are starting to file in down on 13th Stadium. It's still a disappointing crowd. There's a lot of people filling up the parking lot here and the cars. If they would file into the stadium, maybe we'd get a little more nearer to capacity here. Capacity down on 13th is 45,000. Leadoff hitter is Toy, the first baseman. This broadcast is being sent to the armed forces in Beirut, Indiana. Stan Sabilo went back on one to right field, a foul ball. He tried to climb the fence to make the catch, but it was out of play. A very good try, and you know Stan is always giving his 100% when he gets between the chalk. Toy again going for the right side. Mayday. Cannot get to it. It drops in. Stan gets it in very quickly. Good throw. To hold him to first base. That ball might have been catchable. The ball might have been catchable by Mayday out there. They are battling a rather strong sun as it sets in the west here. So that could have had something to do with it. The batter is their Shane, the left fielder, their last hitter in the lineup. First pitch to Shane is a strike. Shane going to right field. picks the line for a base hit. Shane takes two. We got a rally going here with men on second and third for the Ghostbusters and no outs, and things aren't looking up right now. The leadoff hitter, Cootie, is coming up. Cootie lined out in the first inning to Mayday. But it's really no time for the Aces to panic right now because the score is only 1-0. And even if they do get a couple runs here, I don't think 3, 4, 5 runs should be able to beat this Aces team. Says cameraman Jim Smuda. There's a shot to right field. Stan fields it, gets it into second. 1 run scores on it. Men on first and third, no outs, and the number 2 hitter, Chris, is coming up. He got a base hit in the first inning. The score is 2-0. Ghostbusters right now in the bottom of the third.
Could everybody please put on your surgical masks?
The first base has come out of the ground here, Nick, and we're trying to fix it with the first base umpire.
Okay, our spotter, Bob Radzwicki, has just pointed out that first base has left its post here in the Down on 13 Stadium.
We need some.
Cootie, the leadoff hitter, is doing his best.
We got a guy with AIDS in the booth here, so.
I know we like for Bill Drapak to remove his body from the booth right now and quit spreading those damn AIDS germs all over the place here.
I'd like to just say, I got to get back to the bench that cheered the boys on because we're in a little trouble here. But there is none. That rumor, I want to squelch that rumor. Do not have any AIDS. Now, I'd like to know. Now, the guy who said this, me and him are going to have to go in a room, and I'm coming out.
Nick, he says he's going to beat you up.
Well,
I have no AIDS.
Let me make this clear to all the people that are listening to this broadcast on Armed Forces Radio. And
it's sad to see a good veteran like Bill Drapak go bad, guys out there in the Armed Forces.
I know it's very tough to see a guy like that go down to AIDS after having many good seasons in the league. And you heard him on the leadoff man with those 6 championships that not many other people have won. Some guys haven't won one in their career, and Bill Drapak has 6 championships.
I mean, he was able to keep it under wraps, but when he had his buddies moving down the street, that just blew it away.
I think so. So there you heard Bill Drapak confirm that he does have the dreaded disease AIDS. Our spotter, Bob Radzwicki, points out that the hitter right now looks a little like Gary Templeton of the San Diego Padres, right?
He won a division last year, man.
Who won the National League West Division in 1984. Templeton chops that one on a line drive that Rich Savilo makes a good play on at short. He tried to double the runner off of third base. He was unsuccessful at that, but we do have our first out of the inning. First and third, number 3 hitter Nolan is up. Nolan is basically a pull hitter from what I've seen in the series. He ate Dave Kessick up in the first inning, put one between his legs that we scored an error. He pulls this one, pops it up to shallow left field. Lou comes in on it. The throw home, he might have had him. The first baseman, Kevin Klosek, cut it off. The runner advanced from first to second. And then Ghostbusters scored to make it 3-0, but that was a very good throw by Lou from left field, and Kevin cut it off. He should have let it go because really he was doing nothing because the runner did advance from first to second on the play anyways, and it was a close play. We might have had the runner at the plate. Nonetheless, Doc steps up, the cleanup hitter, with a runner on second, 2 outs, and a couple runs in already.
And if he hits the right field, I will never be able to see it with Rads in the way.
Doc goes up the middle. Zvikovic rushing it, throws it into second base to keep the runner at first, and the score is now the Ghostbusters 4, the East Chicago Aces 0. And Preston is coming up to bat here. Preston grounded into a fielder's choice in the first inning. Or in the second inning. But with 2 outs here, the Aces get out of this. They're not out of the ball game by any means. They're just going to have to start getting their sticks going in this ball game and in this series. You're not going to win ball games when you score 1 run. I'd like to add Tyrone Thigpen is coaching third base today. Still has not played a game in 8 years with the Ghostbusters, and he thinks today if they get a big league, he just may get in there. I'm sorry we couldn't bring our color commentator, Candy, with us today. Candy's home with sickle cell. He is bedridden with sickle cell today, but he'd like to express his best wishes to the staff today. No, it's men on first and second. Jim Zmuda wanted to know if they scored another one, but they did not on that. Batter now is Darryl Strawberry, also known as Rudy. Rudy hits one to left field, or left center field, where Gary Svitkovich pulls it in for the 3rd out of the inning. And at the end of 3 innings here, a beautiful down on 13th Stadium, it's the Ghostbusters 4, the East Chicago Aces nothing.
We're being brought to you by the Sickle Cell Anemia Foundation of Northwest Indiana, located in Gary, Indiana. You know, a lot of people come down with sickle cell anemia. It's a dreaded disease. Unfortunately, most of them are poor blacks, so they just don't have the money to pay for research or cure. So why not donate a few dollars? 20, 50, maybe $100,000. Any amount will be gladly accepted by the Sickle Cell Anemia Foundation of Northwest Indiana. So why not contact the Gary Recreational Department on where to send that money to.
That was a public service announcement by the WSOB staff. We go down to the top of the 4th with Joe Rachel leading off for the Aces. And here's a good time to get a little rally started with our 3, 4, and 5 hitters coming up to the plate. Jim Zmuda says, Joe, I'll pat your ass, Rachel, who gets a nice line drive base hit in the right center field to get things started in the 4th inning for the Aces. And up,
Give him the lineup.
The left-handed power hitting first baseman of the Aces, Kevin Klosek, steps up to the plate. And right now, the Aces could use a nice shot over the right field fence here and down on 13th. Out of Kevin Klosek. It's 2:30 down the line and right. Kevin hits a topspin rope to right center field. Rachel stops at second, and the Aces have a little rally going again with men on first and second, no outs. But we've seen this kind of thing a lot in the past couple games, and
This just in off the ticker tape. Every hit Kevin gets, free drinks at the P Lounge.
And there you heard it. That's one round of free drinks at the P Lounge with that hit that Kevin just got. Gary Svitkovich batting 5th right now. Dropped, lets out a grunt and drops the shoulder and hits an easy fly ball to right center field. Rachel fakes like he's going to third, but very smartly returns to the bag. And we have one out here in the 4th inning, and Nikolikovich steps up to the plate. Big number 77, the pitching ace for the Aces.
Nick, you know, I always hate to report sad news, but this is sad news. Mama D's, the Lump Lump Lounge, closed down by the health department. They found rats in the soup.
Now there is a very disappointing.
And the rats had AIDS, I might add.
And the rats even had AIDS at Mama D's. Nick, a shot up the box. Rachel stops at third, and we have the bases loaded with one out. On a clutch base hit by Nikolikovich up the middle. And Greg Salvatore's coming up to the plate to hopefully break this shutout and get the Aces going on a very long and prosperous inning. Greg has a little power to left field. Left fielder is not, well, he's shallow, but not enough so where I don't think Greg could burn him, really. It's 265 to left here, but it seems to play a lot longer to left field than that. 340 to straightaway center and 230 at the short porch in right field.
Well, it's just that, Nick, that Greg probably just doesn't have any vibes.
With the wind blowing in, I would like to see ordinarily Greg Salvatore burn over the left fielder's head, but I don't think it'll happen. Greg's Preston there. He hits an easy grounder. Foul to Doc, third baseman. I think Greg seems to be pressing a little. He's swinging the bat rather in a frustrated manner in the batter's box right now. Greg has a little speed, so if he hits it on the ground, I don't think they will get two. He does hit it on the ground. Third baseman lets it go between his legs for an error. Kevin Klosek tries to take the extra base on it, and he is gunned down, going for home. Joe Rachel did score on the error by the shortstop. We have men on first and second, 2 outs. And a little arguing amongst the aces right now. Kevin Klosek said he was sent around third base by third base coach Marty Kazmierski. I guess a few people are a little disappointed there that he was thrown out, but Kasich hits a line drive to the pitcher to retire the side. So in the fourth for the Aces, they came up with 1 run. 3 hits and 1 error. And at the end of 3.5 here in beautiful downtown Gary, the score is Ghostbusters 4, Aces 1.
Next time you're in Gary, Indiana, and you're a little bit hungry, maybe just getting off work on 5th Avenue or whatever, maybe you just want a little snack, stop in at the Round the Clock Snack Shop and Restaurant on 5th Avenue in downtown Gary. Round the Clock Snack Shop. They'll give you some great food there, give you a nice meal. You'll like what you see, you'll like what you eat. It's a great atmosphere around the clock. Snack shop. Proprietor Joe Clock. He's got a sister, West Clock in Timex, so why not stop in?
Move to the bottom of the fourth. Bob Radzwicki, our chief engineer, and like I say, the man who's put this show on the road is going to check the generator and see if we could keep... Well, it looks good when I say it, you know, check the generator. And he's checking it right now, and he says things seem to be in order. The batter is Sarge Matthews, also known as Truitt. Lead off the inning here for the Ghostbusters. Right now the Aces came out to the field. There's a shot to left center, deep left center field where Gary Svikovich pulls it in for the first out. Right now the Aces seem to be a little down and dejected and sort of arguing amongst themselves.
Look at the guys behind the left field fence.
There you see, behind the left center field there, behind Gary, you see the bums out, the bleacher bums in left center field there. They got the van out there, and they're having a good time out there, and it's good to see. Pitcher pops one up shallow to left field for the second out of the inning.
We got a lot of people. Look at
Right now, Stan is a little disappointed in right field. I think the Aces aren't playing heads-up ball today. From what I've seen, we had a couple runners thrown out, trying to go from third to home. That's hurt. But then again, if they were in there safe, everyone would be saying it's a great play anyways, and way to be aggressive on the bases.
idiot. It's sad to see what AIDS can do to a person.
Bill Trapak, the veteran, sidelined with AIDS, came to the booth and said the Aces better get their act together. He touched Tim Draws, and Tim Draws just touched me, and after touching Bill Trapak, so I don't know. You have to go home and take a couple nice showers. Nice, long, hot showers, in fact. Nick walks to number 13,
Well, I'll tell you what,
who is Toy, isn't it?
No, that's Al.
That's Al.
Toy's coming up now.
Toy's up right now.
I'm sure Bill liked to take a lot of hot showers, but with who?
Toy dropping to right field. He pops one up to Greg Salvatore, the second baseman. He calls for it, and the inning is over at the end of 4 in beautiful downtown Gary, Indiana. It's the Ghostbusters 4. The Aces 1.
We're being brought to you by Chavez Auto Sales in Gary, Indiana. Chavez Auto Sales. They got them stylish cars, man. You want a Cadillac, maybe an Olds 98, Cadillac Eldorado, maybe a Buick Riviera. Chavez Auto Sales in Gary, Indiana has the car to meet your needs. Hey, they got a great service department too. You need an alarm, you need a stereo, they'll install it at a low Chavez price. Chavez Auto Sales. Why not stop in and just browse around?
Hey, I'd like to get a shot of Mike Smuda at Gigolo Enterprises up there in the stands. You see Mike, the Gigolo ball player for the East Chicago Aces, with a couple of his female friends, if you want to put it that way. One of them is Mary Kay, the owner of the Mary Kay Cosmetics line. The other one is Kathy. She owns, she got the rights to two-tone jeans, sitting next to Mike. And Mayday just got a nice base hit in the hole to left field to start things off in the top of the 5th for the Aces. And the batter is Jim Zala, who should take about a half an hour to get to the plate and hit. Jim is having a hemorrhoidal problem right now.
Reminding me of Jim Zala. He uses Topol. If you smoke and need to clean your teeth, use Topol, like Jim Zala.
That's Topol, the smoker's tooth polish.
Now Jim doesn't smoke, but he has some big teeth there.
Jim hits a shot right at the camera. He almost hit the truck out here with Arnie Harris and Bob Razwicki.
I think Jim heard us.
Jim did not like that last comment made by cameraman Jim Smuda and rifled a shot this way. Now, Mayday, the runner at first, has a lot of speed. If we get a nice shot here to right field, Mayday could score. Or could get around to third on it, I should say, but he fakes like he's tagging, goes nowhere. And we have one out in the inning as Jim Zala lofted a lazy liner to right center field. I was hoping for a patented Zala line drive base hit to right to get things started, get Mayday over to third, but didn't happen. Stan Sabilo, who's had a very good year using the triangular bat, tries to dink one to right center. It carries, and the right center fielder comes up with it for the second out in the inning. Stan tried to dink that one. He got it just a little bit too high in the air. The right center fielder made a good catch on it coming in. Rich Sabilo, the leadoff hitter, he's 2 for 2 today. Steps up to the plate, but with 2 outs, so the Aces are going to have to string a few together to get something across in this inning. Rich hits an easy chopper at the second baseman. He gets the force on a close play at second. If Mayday had slid, if he had slid over there, he may have been safe because he went in standing up, and he still almost beat the throw. So at the end of 4 1/2, it's the Ghostbusters 4 and a very downtrodden Aces team 1.
We're being brought to you by Edwards, store for men, young men, and boys on the mall in Indiana Harbor. Edwards can give you all the latest in fall fashions, whether it be a nice suit or maybe some great floods like Tim Draws always wears. Edwards can get you some great clothes. Edwards, store for men, young men, and boys, and fags like Bill Drapack. It's the store for you. They've got AIDS-proof clothes if you need them.
And we move to the bottom of the 5th inning with the score, Ghostbusters 4 and Aces 1. Bob Razwicki, our spotter here, in the truck, and Tim Draws, our scorekeeper, and cameraman Jim Zmuda. Your play-by-play man is yours truly, Nick Monotonous. We had hoped to get our former play-by-play man Rich Ustowski out here for this game, but we were unsuccessful in our attempt to do that. Easy pop-up lifted Rich Sabilo, who goes out and catches it in short left field for the first out of the inning. Cootie, the leadoff batter, is coming up, who is 1 for 2 today. And I hate to keep harping on the Aces' lack of hitting, but that has been their undoing in this series up to this point. Let's face it, 1 run in each of the first 2 games is not going to win you any ball games. Cootie lifts a easy fly to right center field, made a 2 hands on it, and he rifles it in for the second out of the inning. And as you could see for yourself out here, the Ghostbusters are not exactly ripping the cover off the ball. 4 runs being scored by them should be enough to be overtaken by the Aces. The Aces should be scoring more than 4 runs.
Got fans out in center, out in
We got the center field bleachers are filling up, still in the 5th inning.
I'd say we got
In left field, the party band is out there. There's a chop that Gary Svitkovich fields in short left center field for the 3rd out to retire the side. And at the end of 5 innings of play in a rather humdrum game here, and down on 13th, it's 4-1 Ghostbusters.
Being brought to you by Flintstones Liquor Store in Gary, Indiana. Flintstones Liquor Store. You want some Ripple? They got it. Flintstones Liquor Store. Red, white, and blue beer, $3 a case. Flintstones Liquor Store. Keg of red, white, and blue, $10. Flintstones Liquor Store. You want to get messed up? Go to Flintstones Liquor Store, where all the people who drive caddies go.
Remember Flintstones for all your various liquor needs. Let's not forget the sale of Boone's Farm, Wild Mountain, and Strawberry Hill. 2 bottles for $1.50.
It's lower than $1.25.
$1.25. It's gone down a quarter in the past 10 minutes, in fact.
Hey, the guy who owns Flintstones trying to help the people in the recession.
And again, the crowd is still filing in. I guess they must have thought it was a 7 o'clock start today. We're getting near capacity. They might start having to turn people away at the door. Right now, it's at the top of the 6th with Lou Salvatore leading off the inning for the Aces. And Lou is showing a lot of selectivity at the plate today, doing anything he can to get something started for the Aces. Lou takes another pitch deep, and Lou takes only his 2nd walk of the year for the Aces.
Paid attendance, 44,515. Total in the house, 46,192.
There you heard the public address announcer, Tyrone Corbin, give the attendance figures here. And down on 13th, a little under capacity. But capacity is 45,000. Well, yeah, now that is true. Capacity here is 45, and we do have 46,000 here, of which 44,000 are paid. So about 1,000 got in on freebies here somehow. Tickets from the team. They went through the hole in left on the 3rd baseline. Joe Rachel, batting here for the Aces, takes a pitch a little short, and we have the first 2 Aces in the inning walking. And here we have the Kevin P-Man Klosek coming up the plate. This is his kind of field in right field. We have a 230-foot fence in right field, and we like to see Kevin hit one over at one time in his career over here.
With Kevin up to play, remember the P-Lounge, 4922 Homerly. Look for the big red neon P and follow it down to the P-Lounge.
And for every home run that Kevin gets over the 230-foot sign, there are steaks on the grill at the P-Lounge. Kevin hits a one to the fence in right center, not too deep. Lou tags up. From second goes to third, and we have runners at first and third with one out. Kevin did not get all that one. The wind is blowing in a little here.